Good evening and good evening to you all. Man City 2, Liverpool 2. A high-scoring game, as I predicted yesterday in the live stream with Bobspur TV. A high-scoring game it was. I thought that Liverpool would go on to nick it 3-2. That was my prediction originally. I did think it was going to be a high-scoring. There was a possibility that there could have been a 2-2. I said that also. But I thought Liverpool would, given the motivation that they probably needed a win, probably a little bit more than Man City did. I think that the result in the end was the right one. Listen, I think out of the two teams, I think Liverpool could be the happier of the two. I thought Man City played better, generally had more of control of the game, although Liverpool did look, gave me the feeling of looking dangerous whenever attacking. But Man City, for me, absolutely dominated at midfield. And midfield where Liverpool really lacked the creativity. I don't think they have enough of that. And in these games, they sort of expose that lack of creativity in the middle of the park. I thought the three with De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva and Rodri absolutely bossed it ahead of Thiago, Fabiano and who was the other one? Henderson. I thought they absolutely bossed it in there. And it's just Man City took the lead. I thought they were knocking at the door. They took the 1-0 lead. They just had a chance just before when Alisson made a brilliant save. But a minute or so later, Man City go 1-0 up. It was a really good goal. But Liverpool looked out of all sorts to begin with. They managed in probably the only attack, if I remember correctly, with them responding straight away with Alexander-Arnold's cutback towards Jota, who scored to make it 1-1. And you think, went to the half-time break, and I thought Man City, like I said, for all the controlling of that first half, pretty much, would have been probably disappointed to go at the break at 1-1, but really conceding just the one chance for Liverpool to get back into it. But as we know, Liverpool are very clinical in front of goal. And you cannot really switch off for one moment, given those three that they have up front in Mane, Jota and Salah, Salah was pretty quiet today. But it's always a danger you've got to always have your wits about you. Second half starts and second half starts and straight away. So Man City. I apologise. Man City went up 2-1. They took a 2-1 lead into the half time, and then the second half, within moments, they conceded the 2-2. Liverpool responding really well, and it was disappointing from Man City's point of view to concede so early on. So Liverpool set out to really go at them quite from the off, and they did so, and getting that equaliser, getting the equaliser, and a really good goal it was, and then you think to yourself, right, this now game is on. This is up for anybody's game here, and you think to yourself, who's going to have the more about them? Who's going to actually go on and take the gambles? Who's going to go on to prove the match winner here? And the longer the game went on, I thought Man City were looking more and more of the one that they were actually going to go on to win it. And I thought if Man City wins it today, going 4 points clear would have been a little bit too much. Also from the mental aspect, psychological aspect for Liverpool would have been devastating to lose a game, losing that game today. Same for Man City if Liverpool went on to win. So they were trading punches, but not enough to go on to win it. And there were so many chances with both teams. I thought Man City had the better of the chances, and then right at the end with Mahrez, his free kick could have gone on to win that. Hits the outside of the post and for a goal kick. All in all, a 2-2. Michael Richards said at the beginning of the match that he would have taken a draw. I think overall, looking back at that game, probably I would say Liverpool would be more happier of the two to come away with that point, just simply because they weren't quite as good as Man City was today, I feel, in my opinion. Man City will probably feel a little bit more disappointed for not winning the match, given how they played. And like I said, the first half, I felt they really were in control, but they allowed Liverpool to come back into it. And having taken the lead, they allowed also Liverpool to come back into it only a minute or two after into the second half. So it was theirs for the taking, and I thought on the balance of play, probably Man City would have been the more disappointing of the two to come away with a draw. For Liverpool, it's a good draw. They will know that they didn't play as well as they could, but given their own record at the Etihad, which isn't great, they can be pleased with that 2-2 draw. It still leaves it very much open. It wouldn't. I don't think had either of the two would have had won the game. I don't think, in the grand scheme of things in the league, it would have made it over for either of the two. But it would have been a massive psychological boost. With a 2-2 draw, it's still very much open. It's still very a point in between them. Probably Man City's run of fixtures are probably more favourable than the ones Liverpool have. But you know what? With the Champions League in between it could there's so many more twists and turns along the way. So that one would be definitely one to watch. But a very good game. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and good testament of two really good quality teams who this season, let's be honest, are head and shoulders above anyone else that's trailing behind. So may the best team win the league. All right, guys, that's for me. I hope you enjoyed the videos. Hit the like and subscribe and share the video with friends. And now I'm off to watch Torino AC Milan. A bit of Serie A football tonight. So I hope you have a good evening, and we'll be catching up soon. Ciao.